What would you do if the person you counted on most left you alone on your special day? Sometimes heartbreak, at its deepest hour, leads to a truth that can heal or break a family forever. Have you ever been let down by someone on the one day you needed them? The oven timer beeps. I slip the roast out, set it gently on the counter, and breathe in the scent of rosemary and garlic. The kitchen is warm, the table set for 3, me, Ethan, and Lucas. Balloons hang over the window, and a homemade cake sits under its glass dome, waiting. Mom, can I light the candles yet? Lucas bounces in, his hand smudged with marker. I smile, brushing his hair away. Not yet, buddy. We'll wait for Dad, okay? Okay. He looks at the clock, then runs back to the living room, humming the birthday song. I check my phone. No new messages. No answer to my text. Are you almost home? My heart dips, but I tell myself not to worry. The sun sets. The shadows in the kitchen grow longer. I pour 3 glasses of lemonade. I fix my hair and check the door again. Still nothing. Dinner gets cold. I scoop food onto Lucas's plate. We eat together, but I can barely taste a thing. Lucas pokes at his mashed potatoes. When's Dad coming? He's probably stuck at work. He'll come home soon, I'm sure. He nods, but looks disappointed. Soon, he's done. Happy birthday, Mom. He hugs me tight before heading to bed. I tuck him in, trying not to show how sad I am. Back in the kitchen, I sit at the table, looking at the empty chair across from me. I light the candles alone. The cake stays whole, untouched. The wishes stuck somewhere in my throat. I scroll through old birthday pictures. Ethan's smile, the way he joked about my age, the year he brought me flowers and we stayed up watching movies. I remember every promise he made. I'll always make you feel special, Liv. The hours crawl by. The house grows chilly. I keep checking my phone, texting once more. Are you okay? No answer. I try to eat a slice of cake, but it feels heavy and wrong. I wrap the leftovers. I wash the plates alone. I listen to the tick of the clock, each minute sharper than the last. I stare at the gifts on the counter, cards unopened. I wonder if I did something wrong, if I missed some sign. Maybe he forgot, maybe he's mad at me. I want to call him again, but I'm tired of being the only one trying. The living room is dark now. I curl up on the couch, holding my knees. The silence presses in. I whisper, hoping he'll walk through the door. Happy birthday to me. Tears threaten, but I blink them away. As midnight creeps closer, my hope fades. I glance at the cake one last time, untouched, still perfect, except for the missing candles. The house is quiet. My birthday is over. I feel small and invisible, sitting alone where love used to live. My phone buzzes in my hand. I check it again. Still nothing from Ethan. No missed calls, no reply. I stare at the screen, my thumb hovering over his name before calling him. Again, it rings, then goes to voicemail. I hang up without leaving a message. My chest tightens. He always calls, always, especially on my birthday. I call again. Same result. I grab a cushion and press it into my lap, squeezing it like it can hold back the doubt creeping into my chest. What if something happened? A car crash? An emergency? Or what if he just forgot? I don't want to believe that, but the silence feels louder than any excuse he could give. I tap the phone again and call someone else. Mia. She picks up fast. Hey Liv, happy birthday. How's the night going? I don't answer right away. Liv, she repeats, her voice softer. What's wrong? I exhale shakily. He didn't show up, Mia. Ethan. I made dinner, set the table. Lucas and I waited. I've called him twice. Oh no, she says quietly. Not even a message. Nothing. I try to hold my voice steady. I don't know what to think. I hear a rustle on her end, like she's sitting down. Okay, let's take a breath. Maybe work ran late. Maybe his phone died. Maybe, I whisper. But even I don't believe it. Do you want me to come over? She asks gently. No, it's late. Lucas is already asleep. I don't know if he's okay. Just promise me you'll check in later. I will, she says. And Liv, don't forget this isn't about your worth, okay? You being forgotten says everything about him, and nothing about you. I close my eyes. I know. I just didn't think I'd end my birthday like this. After we hang up, I sit quietly. The lights are still dim in the kitchen. The candles have melted into puddles of wax. The cake sits untouched. I open the fridge, put away the dinner plates I made hours ago. The foil almost sticks to my fingers. Everything feels cold. I sit at the kitchen table, phone in hand. I scroll back through old photos in my gallery. A picture catches my eye. My birthday 3 years ago. Ethan holding a tray of cupcakes, icing crooked and dripping, but he was smiling so big. I was laughing. Lucas had frosting on his nose. He danced with me in the living room that night. Said I deserved 100 birthdays, like that. Promised he'd never miss a single one. I stare at the photo. It feels like a lifetime ago. Now, the only light in the room comes from my phone screen. I send one more message. If you're okay, please say something. But nothing happens. What would you do if your partner didn't show up for your birthday? How would you cope with the silence? Share your story below. I try to distract myself, opening a book I've already read, turning on a show I don't really see. The sound fills the room, but not the space he left. Each time the screen dims, I check it. Each little ding makes my heart jump, but it's never him. At 10:57, I try sleeping. I get under the covers, lights off, staring at the ceiling. On beer, on besh, still awake. I wonder if he's with someone else, getting drinks. Forgot what day it was. I hate myself for thinking it. But when the silence stretches on this long, your mind starts going places. I picture him walking in, carrying flowers, saying it was all a mix-up, that he had a reason, that he's sorry, just anything. I check one last time. Nothing. I turn my phone face down. The room feels heavier. My birthday is nearly over, and my husband, still gone. I close my eyes, but sleep won't come. Just questions. Where is he? Why didn't he call? And what does this say about us? The clock changes slowly, minute by minute. 11:58, then 11:59. I sit up in the dark, gripping the edge of the blanket. The silence so loud, it feels like it's pressing against my ears. The screen stays blank. And my heart, it's tired of hoping. Forks clang softly against the plate. The smell of roasted chicken and warm bread still lingers in the air, but I can barely taste it. The candle at the center of the table flickers low, casting long shadows across the walls. I'm sitting in my favorite dress. One Ethan once said made me glow, but there's no one here to notice. Lucas slides into the seat across from me, stuffing a napkin into his shirt collar. He grins. Can I sing now? I force a smile. Go ahead. He sings Happy Birthday, off-key, eyes sparkling. He claps at the end like it's a concert. I chuckle lightly. It's sweet, but the ache inside me stays. Thank you, baby. That made my night. He leans across the table and whispers, Dad's gonna show up, right? He's just late? I pause. My throat tightens. Maybe, sweetheart. I hope so. Lucas forks his chicken. He promised we'd do cake together. I nod and smooth his hair back. Finish your dinner, then we'll blow out the candles. Okay? He eats slower after that. Quiet. Every few minutes he glances at the door. I do too. Once he finishes, I tuck him into bed. He clutches his stuffed dinosaur. You're still my best girl, Mom. I love you. Tears press at the corners of my eyes. I love you too, always. Back at the table, I stare at the chair where Ethan should be. It's still pushed in, untouched. The light above the table hums softly. All the color has drained from this day. I take a bite of chicken. It's cold, dry. I chew it anyway. I pour myself a little lemonade. But it's not celebration. It's survival. I try watching an old movie, flipping through channels, checking my phone every 5 minutes. Still no message. Still no call. The silence in the house grows louder. Not angry, just empty. I stare at the fridge, covered in family pictures and school drawings. Smiling faces, memories taped in place. But something's changed. Something in the air. We've been off for weeks now, maybe longer. Quick dinners, quiet mornings. Ethan's late nights turning into longer ones. I don't remember the last time he asked how I was really doing, or the last time I asked him. The cake still sits on the counter. I walk over, slice a small piece. I sit back down and stare at it. One plate, one fork, one lonely flame. I light a candle and close my eyes. But for the first time in years, I don't make a wish. What would you do if your partner left you sitting alone on your birthday? Have you ever felt pushed aside by someone you love? I eat a few bites of the cake. Each one tastes like frosting and sadness. The warmth of the house has faded. I wrap the rest and wipe the counters slowly, just to fill the time. Dishes clink in the sink. I glance at the clock. 11:36 p.m. Rubbing my arms, I sink into the couch. I scroll through old texts, rereading ones from Ethan that used to make me smile. A joke, a miss you, a picture of Lucas sleeping in his arms. They all feel like they came from someone else now. I rest my head back, staring at the ceiling. The clock ticks. The light hums low, and then a sound, a quiet, soft jingle. The front doorknob clicks. My heart stutters. I sit up straight, every part of me on edge. For a moment, I can't breathe. Is he finally here? My eyes lock on the door, voice barely a whisper. Ethan. The door creaks open slowly. I don't move right away. I just sit there, frozen, my eyes locked on the entrance like it might change. Ethan steps inside and closes the door behind him. He looks out of breath, hair messy, shirt wrinkled like he's been running. He drops his keys too quickly. They rattle as they hit the floor. Olivia. His voice is low and rough. Don't, I cut in, voice shaking. Don't say anything yet. He takes a few slow steps closer. I drove here as fast as I could. I didn't mean to. I didn't know it got this late. My chest tightens. You didn't know. Ethan fidgets with his wedding ring, blinking hard. I lost track of time. Work exploded. Clients, a delivery issue. Everything just collapsed around 5, and I couldn't get away. I stare at him. My heart is pounding, but I won't cry. Not yet. And your phone? You couldn't text me? Call me? He lowers his gaze. I tried. I dropped it in a sink. It stopped working. I was going to borrow a coworker's, but I thought I could just get here in time. I laugh. One quick, bitter sound. In time? Ethan, it's midnight. He flinches. I know. I cooked dinner. I dressed up. We waited. I sat there with Lucas. He asked about you the whole time. I blew out a candle by myself. I unwrapped nothing. I sat here feeling like a fool. Ethan's jaw tightens. I didn't want to ruin your birthday. Tears gather in my eyes, but I ignore them. You didn't ruin it, Ethan. You erased it. For a long moment, neither of us says anything. The clock on the wall ticks, slow and pointed. Midnight. My birthday is officially over. He looks around the room. Where's Lucas? In bed. He wanted to wait, but I told him not to. I didn't think you'd come. Ethan walks to the table and sees the leftover birthday cake, still sitting on the counter, one piece missing. His eyes fall on the plates I couldn't bring myself to clear. A full meal, untouched. His voice cracks. You went all out. I do, every year, I whisper. You used to notice. He looks at me then, really looks, and I see the guilt in his eyes. But guilt isn't enough. Not now. I get it, Ethan. You were busy. Life happens. But I've been feeling forgotten for weeks, maybe months. Tonight just made it harder to keep pretending we're fine. He runs a hand across his face. I never meant to make you feel that way. I've been so overwhelmed. So instead of talking to me, you pulled away, made excuses, let me sit alone on what should have been a happy night. I hear my voice rising. I've been quiet all evening, holding back, trying to stay calm. But now, something cracks. I needed you tonight. Not flowers, not gifts. You. Ethan steps closer, slow, but I don't reach back. I know. I messed this up. All of it. I should have been here. Nothing else should have come before you. I take a deep breath, trying to soften just enough to let the sadness speak. I wanted to believe there was a good reason. I needed something. But I sat in silence. I stared at that clock for hours. His eyes flicked to it now, 5:00. I saw it change before I walked in. Yeah, I say. And a part of me wondered if that's when I'd stop waiting. Ethan doesn't speak. This time, he just nods, like he's letting the truth land. I finally let the tears fall, tired and quiet. You don't get to disappear and walk in like it's nothing. I'm not mad that you were late, Ethan. I'm broken because you never came until it felt too late. He takes a shaky breath. Can I fix this? I look at him for a long while. His eyes are full of something. Shame, yes, but also real regret. I don't know where we're headed from here, but I know one thing. This moment is a turning point. I don't need big promises tonight, I say softly. I need you to own what happened. I do, he says quickly. I'm sorry, Olivia, for all of it. I nod, still guarded, still hurt. We can talk. We will, but not tonight. I need space. I need time. He doesn't argue, doesn't push. He just nods again. I turn away, wiping my cheeks, standing up from the couch. The clock ticks steadily behind me. The room is dim, heavy with everything unsaid, but also feels different now. A door has opened, just a crack. I'm not sure what happens next, but at least now Ethan's here to ask. The next morning, it's quiet. The kind of quiet where everything feels a little too still, where the air hangs heavy with what was said and what's still waiting to be said. Ethan sits at the edge of the couch, hands clasped tight between his knees. I bring over 2 mugs of coffee, set one beside him without saying much. I sit across from him, no makeup, no defenses, just me, tired, hurting, but willing to listen. He doesn't look up right away. I couldn't sleep, he says finally. Me neither. A pause. Ethan takes a breath. I know last night wasn't easy, for either of us, but I owe you the truth. I wrap my hands around my coffee, waiting. He looks up, eyes tired. It wasn't just work. Yes, that night, everything at the warehouse went wrong. Someone called out. I got stuck filling in. But I could have left earlier. I didn't. My chest tightens. I stayed because I didn't know how to come home, he says, voice low. I've been messing up lately. I've felt it, even before last night. I kept thinking, one more day, one more thing fixed, and you'll be proud again. But the more I tried to do everything, the more I shut down. I blink, surprised by his honesty. It's not what I expected to hear. I've been overwhelmed, he continues. And I didn't want to tell you because I didn't want to look weak or let you down. You could have just said that, I say quietly. He nods. I know, but I didn't. And the longer I waited, the more I felt like a stranger in our own house. He leans back, hands covering his face. I didn't know how far I'd drifted until I saw you last night, sitting there alone. I swallow hard. It broke me, every second of it. I know. He's crying now, not loud, just silent tears he doesn't wipe away. I remembered something last night, he says after a pause. Something I haven't let myself think about in a long time. I wait. Our wedding day, he whispers. I stood there, holding your hands, and I said I'd always show up for you, no matter what. He looks up, and last night, I didn't. That breaks something in me, because I remember it too. His voice in front of our families. Whatever happens, I'll be there with you. We were younger then. Younger, but certain. I press a hand to my chest. I've been holding on to that promise, even when you stopped seeing me. Ethan reaches out, but stops short. I don't expect you to forgive me right away, but I want to do better, Liv. I need to. Silence stretches between us, mostly filled with hurt, but there's honesty too. For the first time in months, we're having a real conversation. Not just schedules and school pickups, but the ugly stuff. The truth under all our smiles. I'm not okay either, I admit. I've been trying to hold everything together, just waiting for you to notice. And when you didn't come home last night, it felt like proof that I wasn't worth coming home to. His face falls. Number, that's not it, Liv. That's not it at all. I know that now, I say softly. But last night, it felt real. He nods. I don't want to lose you, or our family. I know it'll take time, and trust doesn't just snap back. But if you'll let me, I want to rebuild this, from the ground up. I stare at my coffee mug, but don't drink it. You'll have to show up, Ethan, not just with words, with actions. I will, he whispers. I promise you, I will. I look at him then. He's not perfect. He looks wrecked from the inside out, but he's showing up today. It's not enough, not yet, but maybe it's a start. We both stopped trying, I say, but I think I want to try again. His shoulders drop in relief. We'll take it slow, however you need. I nod. You'll need to talk to Lucas too. He waited for you. I know, Ethan says, voice thin. I'll make it right with him. He finally sits beside me, not touching, just close, as if being near is its own first step. Our little house feels heavy, still, like it's holding its breath, but something has shifted. We've said the things we were afraid to say. We're not fixed, not yet, but we're facing the same direction now, together, and that's enough for today. The late afternoon sun softens through the curtains. Olivia and Ethan sit across from each other at the kitchen table, 2 cups of tea steaming between them. The air feels heavy but inviting, like a quiet truce waiting to take shape. Olivia breaks the silence, voice gentle but firm. I miss us, Ethan. I miss feeling close. The last few months, it's like we're strangers living in the same house. Ethan nods, his eyes searching hers. I know. I've felt it too. We stopped talking. Not really. Just fading away. She sighs, twisting her ring. I didn't know how to say what I was feeling. I wanted you to notice, to reach out. He reaches for her hand, hesitating. I was afraid I'd say the wrong thing or make it worse. But I see now that silence only built this wall between us. Olivia meets his gaze. We needed reassurance, to feel we mattered, that we were still a team. I'm sorry I made you doubt that, Ethan says softly. I want to fix it. Just then, the doorbell rings. Olivia stands and opens it to find Mia, her best friend, holding a small bouquet of flowers and a warm smile. "I thought you might need some company," Mia says, stepping inside. Olivia welcomes her, grateful for the presents. Mia sits down beside her, eyes kind. "Talking isn't always easy, but it's the only way." Olivia nods. "We're trying. It's scary, but good." Mia smiles. "One day at a time, share what you feel, even if it's hard." Ethan raises his teacup. "To new beginnings." Olivia clinks her cup to his. "And to honesty." Later that evening, Ethan lights the birthday candles on the cake, still sitting on the counter. Olivia picks up the knife, her hands steady. Together, they cut into the cake. The first slice is small, but it tastes like hope. As they share the piece, laughter breaks through, a soft, genuine sound that had been missing. Olivia thinks about how far they've come, knowing healing starts here. This moment, the cake, the laughter, is their shared promise. A step forward, fragile but real. The night feels warmer, the distance shrinking. Olivia and Ethan look at each other, a silent agreement passing between them. They have a long road ahead, but tonight, they take the first step. Lucas bursts through the front door, his backpack half-zipped and his smile wide. "We made volcanoes today," he shouts, holding up a colorful, half-crushed science project. Olivia kneels down, brushing dirt from his cheek. "Did yours explode?" she asks. He nods eagerly. "All over the desk," my teacher laughed. Ethan peeks in from the kitchen. "Sounds like my kind of chaos." Lucas grins, bolting toward him. "Want to help me paint a new one?" "In a bit, buddy. I think I need a volcano-sized snack first." Lucas runs off, humming to himself. Olivia leans into the kitchen. "He's been lighter lately." Ethan looks up from slicing apples. "So have you." They smile at each other. It's not forced this time. It's not hiding anything. Just a simple, quiet smile that feels like home. Later that afternoon, the three of them sit on a checkered blanket at the park. The wind tugs at the corners. Olivia holds a sandwich in one hand, Lucas's shoe in the other. Ethan notices and laughs. He never keeps both shoes on. It's officially a tradition now. Olivia shrugs, playfully. At least he's consistent. They talk, they tease, they listen. Ethan doesn't check his phone. Olivia doesn't feel like she's competing with his thoughts. Lucas draws in the dirt with a stick, humming without a care in the world. Little by little, the pieces they thought they'd lost are coming back. Once a week, Ethan and Olivia sit side by side in a quiet counseling room. The chairs squeak. The clock ticks. Olivia speaks first. "Sometimes it still sneaks up on me. That empty chair at the table." Ethan nods. "I think about it too. How I made you feel invisible." "I don't need gestures," she whispers. "I just need presence. And I need to remind myself that silence doesn't mean peace," Ethan replies. "It means something's missing." The therapist leans in, nodding. "You're doing the work. That's what matters most." Olivia looks at Ethan. "I see the difference, and I appreciate it." At home, their new rhythm feels less like recovery and more like rediscovery. Ethan plans small outings, Saturday hikes, movie nights with popcorn, surprise ice cream trips. He folds laundry without being asked. She leaves notes in his briefcase again. They talk before bed instead of scrolling. They check in during long days. Lucas gets more hugs, more stories, more two-parent dinners with laughter in between. At school, Lucas blossoms. His teachers notice. He seems brighter, one says. More settled. Olivia gets it. Kids feel everything. When the home softens, so do they. One Sunday morning, Lucas crawls into their bed, draped in blankets like a cape. "Want pancakes for breakfast?" he asks. Ethan grins. "Only if you flip 'em, chef." Lucas giggles. "Deal." They stumble into the kitchen, happy messes waiting to happen. Olivia watches them, heart full. Was healing instant? Number. But day by day, they're choosing each other again. And that matters more than any perfect moment. Have you ever experienced a turning point that saved a relationship? What happened? Share your story below. They still have hard days. Some talks are heavy, some mornings are quiet. But now, the silence has room for comfort, not avoidance. And laughter is slowly replacing what pain tried to erase. Later that night, Olivia writes in her journal, "We didn't go back to who we were. We became something new, stronger, softer in all the right places. We lost ourselves for a while, but we found each other again. And maybe that was the point. Their family isn't perfect, but it's growing again, together." A light breeze stirs the fresh grass as Olivia, Ethan, and Lucas spread their blanket beneath the tall trees. The sun is warm on their faces. Olivia watches Lucas chase butterflies around the picnic basket, his laughter filling the air. Ethan reaches over, squeezing Olivia's hand, both of them smiling quietly, grateful, changed, together. Between them sits the small memory box, its lid propped open, treasures peeking out. Olivia glances at it and feels a rush of gratitude. Once empty, it now overflows with bits of their story. A faded birthday card, a ticket stub from their first movie as a family, a tiny plastic dinosaur Lucas tucked inside, for luck. There are new photos, old notes, and a bright red ribbon from a school play. All symbols of the memories they've chosen to build and rebuild together. Olivia leans back, soaking in the moment. Her thoughts tumble through all they've survived. The lonely birthday, the late-night arguments, the ache of words not said. She remembers how close she came to losing hope, how easy it was to let anger turn into silence. She traces the edge of the memory box, remembering what it felt like to believe she was on her own. Lucas flops onto the blanket, breathless and glowing. "Mom, what's that?" he asks, pointing at the box. She smiles, running a gentle finger over the lid. "It's our memory box. Dad gave it to me. It's where we keep the little things that remind us how strong we are, how much we love each other." Lucas beams. "Can I put my soccer medal in it?" Ethan grins, ruffling Lucas's hair. "I think that's a great idea." They sit in a circle, Olivia, Ethan, and Lucas, shoulders touching. They trade stories, funny ones about family game nights, silly stories from school, even the hard moments they're learning to talk about instead of pushing away. Laughter drifts out across the grass. The easy, natural joy feels new and earned. Between bites of strawberry and sips of lemonade, Olivia looks at Ethan. There's trust in his eyes again. Her heart feels steady. She knows things aren't perfect, and maybe never will be. Hurt can take time to heal, but she also knows they're not who they were when her birthday came and went in silence. They've built something fresher, stronger. A family that faces problems, even messy ones, side by side. The picnic stretches into the golden hour, sunlight warming the memory box. Olivia closes her eyes for a moment, letting a hopeful thought settle in her heart. Her voice is gentle, humble, and sure. It isn't always easy to forgive or to be the first one to speak up when things go wrong. But forgiving doesn't mean forgetting. It means choosing each other again, every day. It means having hard conversations, being honest when you want to hide, and believing in second chances. I hope you remember, if you're hurting, you're not alone. Speak up, reach out, Don't give up on the people you love, even when things feel broken. Sometimes the thing that saves you isn't a big gesture, but a small act, like a memory kept safe in a box. The best families aren't perfect. They just keep choosing each other, over and over. As the sun slips behind the trees, Olivia wraps her arms around Ethan and Lucas. She tucks the memory box inside the basket, knowing these new memories are just as precious, maybe even more, than the ones that came before. Her hope is simple, that their next chapter will be shaped by the trust, patience, and love they've earned together. The story ends with laughter and long shadows, the family heading home, hand in hand. In her heart, Olivia keeps the quiet promise that no matter what comes, they will move forward, together, always. If Olivia's story touched you, please give it a like and share your thoughts or personal experiences in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe for more real-life, emotional stories. And if you know someone who needs a reminder that hope and honest conversations can heal even the deepest wounds, please share this video with them. Your support means the world to us.